All right, but here's the next topic. Obviously, somebody at NBC, at least in my book, has been listening to Christopher Medley. Now, it is not out of the question that they, maybe read an earlier article, but there weren't really a whole lot of articles about Christopher Medley's article, which was or YouTube post which was about the mechanics of sport and soccer, and it was all about, hey, if we could show people how the mechanics of the game work better, then how the tactics matter, then maybe they'll have the fans in the United States will have a better understanding of the sport, and they'll learn to like it more. Now, it's no coincidence, at least not in my book, that Chris Medley probably sent that YouTube link to every major show and person in the soccer biz, including Arlo White at NBC, who's going to be at NBC. And I guess Arlo White did respond to him in some fashion. But then NBC comes out, and they're going to introduce a whole new feature on their soccer broadcasts. Coincident or not, this is an article written by Simon Borg in MLSsoccer.com. And the new feature is basically going to be, what's our buddy, Kyle Martino, right? And Arlo White are going to be calling the game. But Kyle Martino is going to have a special screen where you can watch the game from far above, and that way be able to, and this is a quote, "We're going to work and focus on the game. We have to cover the basics exceptionally well." That's Pierre Moussa from NBC. And then the article goes on and says, "The goal is to combine his tactical game analysis," this is Martino's game analysis, "with new information he's gathering on the field. Martino will be armed with a podium where he'll be able to watch the match broadcast off a monitor from a bird's eye view. And obviously, Martino says, it's going to be a challenge to change vantage points for a color analyst. Being able to pull this off in hockey really convinced me that it's something that could change the way soccer is covered. I can bring the tactical analysis and breaking the game down. Tactical analysis. It's not letting my bread and butter suffer, but enhancing my commentary to give bits of information I wasn't able to give before." Now, the whole point of this, and us bringing it up, or me bringing it up, is that this certainly sounds a whole lot like what Chris Medley was calling for and asking for, right?
Oh, even Chris Medley posted on the article saying that they stole his idea.
Yeah.
I think I don't know if you can really say you stole it if you sent it out to everybody.
Yeah.
Maybe some credit given where it's due, But no, I even made the joke saying that the NBC is going to send them the check. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I think Chris posted. He said they ripped me off on the bottom of the article, and then he posted the link to his video. Well, it's not coincidence. That's all I'm telling you. I don't know if you're going to tell me this was somehow in the works prior to Chris Medley's article. I don't know anybody that was talking about this. Certainly, if NBC's doing it with hockey or someone's doing it with hockey, that's nice. That I've never heard of anybody wanting to do it with soccer. Now suddenly it's been infused, and instead of just saying, "Hey, thanks Medley for this idea, and we're going to do our best to infuse it into our future shows," we just hear about it on an MLS soccer article by Simon Borg.
It is possible. It is with NBC having Versus as one of their stations, and they handle all the hockey. It is possible that they suggested this in one of their many meetings, and MLS is rolling with it. However, it's like you said, it's very coincidental that Chris comes out with this video. It picks up a lot of steam on the internet. A lot of people are posting about it. A lot of people, whether you hate it, whether you like the idea, he's been included in a lot of articles thrown out on various websites.
Right.
He obviously starred on our show for a couple episodes.
Right.
But he's like you said, he sent it out to pretty much anybody and everybody in the business.
Right.
I find it very coincidental that it happened now,
right?
Rather than saying it happened years ago or a couple years from now. It happened when it's hot, when it's still a popular idea or even a fan hated idea. It just depends on which side you're on. But this is what he was asking.
Well, and the more coincidental thing is they made a big deal out of it. and they actually had NBC talking to Simon Borg at MLS, and they made sure there was an article about it, and that not only did Martino chime in, but all the execs and the coordinating producers for NBC. I mean, isn't this just something usually you would just see happen, and they wouldn't have to make a big freaking deal out of it? But they are making a big deal of it, and I don't know why that is. I mean, it's nice. I just was surprised that, well, anyhow. So, sorry, Chris, I don't know if you're going to get any checks in the mail at all. I seriously doubt it. All right. Also, there's another annoying article. This is on goal.com. I guess this means we're officially in our short topics part of the show. But
because we're talking about goal.com?
Yeah. This one is by goal.com. And it's from some guy who probably doesn't want his name mentioned. But he says, and this is all about Giuseppe Rossi, who, and this is the great line about Americans he's becoming a hate figure amongst United States fans. The ex-Manchester United man is seemingly a hate figure amongst United States fans, and rumors are rife that a Giuseppe is a traitor page has been set up on Facebook. What, this guy couldn't, I think one of our friends mentions, he couldn't even go check Facebook? Did he have to rely on a rumor? That Giuseppe Rossi is a traitor is an actual page on Facebook when he could just take 5 seconds and just go look it up himself?
Yeah.
It does exist, folks, but there's hardly anybody on that page.
There's like 120
Yeah.
people?
That's ridiculous. And if you're getting on that hating Giuseppe Rossi bandwagon now, you're really late, because that already happened like 4 years ago. 3 years ago. It's over. People have learned to accept it. They've moved on.
And here's my thing: we've beaten this topic to death over the years.
We have.
We've had a couple episodes. Not us. I'm saying we as a soccer nation.
Right.
I use that in quotes, but you and I have had a couple episodes on the subject. Not necessarily
years
one side
ago.
or the other,
Yeah.
but basically saying it's time to move on, guys. Get over it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've said that. We said that a long time ago.
Right.
And that's what it is. There are some people who still hold ill feelings towards them.
Right.
And a lot of people don't. When you post the name, you get flamed.
Yep.
We might get flamed here. Who knows?
I don't care.
But the thing is it's done. It's over with. He made his decision at the age of 12.
Yeah.
Probably earlier than that.
Right.
And it's time to move on, guys.
It is.
Really is. And trying to and I pointed out that a lot of the comments on this subject, the non-Americans posting on this topic are really bashing. Typical Americans, blah blah blah, or something like that. And it's just, I don't know how you can really generalize an entire soccer community based on a few loud posters or loud people. Because you can go to anybody's Twitter, any famous person's Twitter, and I guarantee you, unless they block them, that they get hate tweets. I don't know what the past tense version of tweet is. I'm not even trying to pronounce it.
Twitted.
I was gonna go for the whole spit and spat type thing, but that would have been weird.
Twatted. Yeah.
So,
well,
you can't make a generalization based off of a couple loud people.
Oh, God. You know what, Brett? That's the most annoying thing about this. And we get it a lot with the internationals that show up on YouTube and post stuff. But, number one, do American fans really hate Rossi? Generally, no. You know what? We are in contact with hundreds and hundreds of people every day. And I don't know anybody personally that has a hatred for Rossi. That's ridiculous. It doesn't happen. Are there a few idiots that show up and post stupid things? Sure. Is he becoming a hate figure amongst United States fans? Hell no, he's not. He is not even seemingly a hate figure amongst United States fans. This article is complete garbage. Some of the writers on that site, but some of them are awful. And, some of the articles or topics are awful. Now, the other thing is, if you're willing now as an American fan to welcome Jermaine Jones, Fabian Johnson, and Timothy Chandler. Oh, I'm sorry, Brett. But if you're willing to accept them, then suck it up. Some of our guys are going to go play somewhere else.
We have three German born and raised.
4.
Players.
I left one out.
I have Jones, Williams, and Johnson. Who am I missing?
Chandler.
I can't believe I left Chandler out. Okay, sorry. Yeah, we have 4 German born and raised players.
Yep.
Playing for our actual senior national team. Yes, they have American parents, more likely parent. A lot of which are military based.
Right.
But you know what? Rossi had 2 Italian parents.
Who are American citizens.
Yeah, who are American citizens. I'm just saying that they were, in fact, Italians who moved to America.
Mm-hmm.
No different than the U.S. servicemen who go to Germany, start a family.
Yep, sure.
No, it's the same thing. I don't understand the hate towards them.
No, I don't either.
And on top of that, we're also plundering. Not really plundering, because there's nothing wrong with what we're doing, because we are picking U.S. citizens, but we are picking up a lot more German Americans in our youth national setup as well, the U20s and U23s.
Right.
There are a ton of players that haven't stepped foot in America until these youth national camps.
Sure.
And it's going to happen more and more often. We're going to be scrounging for the best talents that are U.S. citizens.
Yep. I agree.
So that's all I'm looking at that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is just it's a total non-issue. The only reason I brought it up is because Goal.com actually put an article up on. I wanted to stomp all over their face for it. But you did bring up another thing. Is I mean, are there people out there, foreigners from foreign lands who think all Americans are idiots and say so all the time? Yes, they do. But you know what? That makes them idiots, because most Americans. Are there idiots in America? Yeah, there's plenty of idiots. I mean, we have boundless amounts of them, but that does not make the whole country idiots. In fact, a lot of this country is made up of people who are not idiots, and they're very, very smart folks who are very knowledgeable about a whole range of different issues. The whole country is not idiots. Just because, and this I think stems from hatred, really. That's when you can call a whole country or all Americans are idiots, then you're just an hateful, stupid, ignorant moron. If that's what you really feel like, then you're the one that's an idiot. Okay, enough on that.